We're talking about the global economic crisis today, and we have an excellent, amazing, wonderful guest speaker here with us. We're very fortunate that he was able to take time out of his busy schedule to be with us. His name is Roger Phillips, and he is currently a manager in the Treasury Department of AIG. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. So take it away. Thank you very much, Mr. Phillips, for being here.
I have a little presentation here for you guys. I'm going to use that to provide a little bit of a structure of our 1 hour. Have you guys argue amongst yourselves, as to whose fault it really was, because ultimately we may find whose fault it was for the global economic crisis.
I think that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are not to blame for this, because Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac gave the money to the banks, but the banks just lent it out to people who didn't have good credit records. So if the banks themselves had been more responsible, maybe we wouldn't have been in this mess.
Upon rating my bond that I bought from your company, I found that it was a very irresponsible mistake. Your requirements weren't set to the standards that you had said they were, and therefore I lost all my money, and my investment have just gone up in flames. So I demand an explanation, if you will, please.
These mortgages were cut up and pooled together. When they were pooled together, the good mortgages in each set practically fooled us to the actual to the danger hidden in each one. But I will admit that we made giant mistakes not inspecting these at all.
We believe that it is the fault of the suppliers and the consumers, because the consumers took advantage of the economy and they invested in things that they could not afford, and they also applied for loans that they knew that they could not pay back. And the suppliers are at fault because they gave out money to anyone without using the proper guidelines, and they didn't follow what they were supposed to follow.
Banks pressured us so that we could, because we made a commission off these loans, and so the more loans we gave out, the more money we made.
This was a class discussion we just had. I just wanted to quickly show you that's exactly what's happening in the credit markets right now. Everybody is pointing a finger at each other, from credit rating agencies to investment banks to the Fannie and Freddie to the government to the mortgage servicers and banks.
I think that greed is actually good because greed can relate to ambition, and without ambition we wouldn't really get anywhere.
Very good.
And greed, basically the want for something, and if you want something you'll strive towards it. So thank you.
I think especially in a capitalist society, there has to be a certain amount of greed because it's self-serving. But like the other kid from the other school said, it's when it's in excess, when people whose companies are failing and all of the people below them are suffering still get huge bonuses. That's greed, that's bad.